first thing that I do when I get up in the morning is try to think positively about the rest of the day and how the rest of the day is gonna play out. I don't try to think too in depth about the day. I just try to take it as it comes. And I do all the regular things like wash my face, brush my teeth, and all that stuff. And I'll pick up like around my room and everything if there's anything that like I left out from the night before. And I'll start getting ready to go to school if I have school that day or not. I'll start doing online school. My name is Mariana Zendejas. I run track and field. I'm a hurdler and a sprinter. I like participate in orchestra. I play cello. I do online schooling as of right now because of the pandemic. It's been a very good way for me to actually focus on just my schoolwork and only on my schoolwork. So I found it a lot easier to focus on online school and to actually be diligent with maintaining my own work and focusing on what I need to do for that day and actually get to finish each assignment like thoroughly and with enough time for me to actually complete the assignment. Since this whole online schedule with COVID and everything allows me to go into at least 2 class periods a day, I'm able to go into my track class period in order to get my workout in, participate in like the fun parts of school. So I'm not like completely missing out on school at all. I really think that exercising is just like fun, especially running is just exciting, and you always have an opportunity to just be with your friends and just experience the way that everybody gets to feel better after the workout after it's done, and it's just like it's a good time, especially if I'm doing hurdles. It's like my favorite. Participate in Power Plus training program. It is it's a nervous system based training, a speed based training that works on plyometrics, anywhere from plyometrics to just body and muscle alignment. You get to work on your speed and your coupling off the ground, and just overall making your movements more fluid and quicker with more strength applied to it. So it's has helped me a lot with dropping my times and keeping myself healthy and keeping my joints and ligaments really strong, because that's really the foundation of like where you get all your strength from, which is the ligaments. So I've been able to strengthen up my feet especially, which is the most important part of track. You're always hitting the ground heavy and trying to get off the ground quick. And this training really helps with your brain to foot response. So it's really good. It's a really good training. I love it. I've been in orchestra since I was in 5th grade. I've been playing the cello for the longest time. I'm very strong with like listening and executing the music. So I love just everything about orchestra, to be honest, like the way the pieces come together with all the separate parts, from the violins and the violas and to the basses and the cellos, and then they all come together to make like one big symphony. Because I really like all the music that I've played, but I probably would say that I liked the Hamilton pieces the most that we played this past year. It was really fun to be able to like hear my favorite, play my favorite, newest favorite play.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Ayo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I'ma get a scholarship to King's College. I probably should have graduated. My name's astonished. The problem is I These New York City streets get colder. I show that every burden, every disadvantage. I've learned to manage. I don't have a gun to brandish. I walk these streets Spanish. The plan is the text.
I eat a lot. I eat a lot. I eat a lot of food. I wind down. I make sure I'm taking care of my muscles like afterwards, because after all that work, you need to take care of your body and just make sure that you're recovering well. So I get my sleep in very early. Naturally, I will be pretty tired, and like anybody would be very tired after all that excitement and eventfulness. So like, I get my body, I take a shower, I eat a lot, and then I prep my legs and like roll them out and stretch, and then I'll rub down my legs with some like lotions and muscle rub and stuff like that to get prepared for the next day, because it all starts right back over again the next day. Yeah, I have 2 dogs. I have an English bulldog that is 4 years old, and then I have an old man, Choco, who's a chocolate lab, and he is 14 years old. So, yeah. Leo is my other dog that I loved very much, and he was just the very sweetest dog. He was a yellow lab. He passed away during the beginning of the pandemic last year. It was very sad. He really was like a part of the family, very much so a part of the family, and I miss him a lot. But he died. He passed away. We had to put him down because he had cancer in his mouth, and it was starting to get very bad. So we had to put him down because he just wasn't his happy-go-lucky self. So it was just really hard to make that decision. I like to do like everything with my mom. I like to make her laugh the most. I like to just spend time with them mostly, just talk with them and just be with them, just spend quality time with them. I think that's like the most important thing that we like to do. We like to spend quality time with each other. The thing that I like most about my dad is that he's very creative, and he thinks very outside of the box, and like he doesn't have the same mindset towards anything like say somebody else would. He thinks about things very differently than most people would, and just he likes to he has a very innovative way of thinking, and it's just very inspiring, and I strive to be that way when I'm old. Yes, from a very young age, I loved watching football with my dad. He really exposed me to a lot of that stuff because he had participated in collegiate football when he was younger, and all throughout his middle school years to college. So from a very young age, I told my parents that I wanted to play football and that I wanted to do what my dad did, and they were very wary about it at first. They tried to make me a cheerleader. That didn't work. I didn't want to be a cheerleader. They tried to do all of that, and I told them that I was going to I was very adamant on wanting to start football when in 7th and 8th grade, when I had the opportunity to play. And I didn't think that it would have been that big of an issue, but my dad was very transparent with me, like said, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna be painful, like you have to you know what you're gonna get yourself into, like you're gonna get beat up. And I was like, yeah, I know, and I'm gonna do it, and then it's fine. And then I did it. And so I'm 7th and 8th grade, I started playing football, and I was pretty good. No girl had ever been at that level before me, so at that school. So basically, I really had the foundation of strength from my dad, honestly. Not just genetically, but like mentally, and just everything he would put into me. He knew that at the base of being an athlete, you need to have a good core, and that was really the thing that he focused on with me the most, I'd say. So from a very young, when I was very young, he would take me to the gym and he would work out with me, and we would work out together because I wanted to like hang out with him. So I would go with him to the gym and I would do all the stuff, and he'd show me what to do. And over time, I got really strong in my core and my legs and my arms and everything. And so he really gave me a really well balanced strength. The first through track was my only way of expression, and I would put a lot of pressure on myself to make my parents happy and proud, and just was getting too caught up in the thought process that track was the only thing that I could be good at. So I found that one year I had gotten a stress fracture of my freshman year of high school, so it wasn't a very good start. Because I was putting too much pressure on myself physically, and I was overworking my body, not recovering the proper way. And so through that, I got that stress fracture, ironically, and I didn't feel like there was any way that I could express myself anymore. So through writing, I didn't know what to do with myself and how to get my emotions out. So I was able to healthily convey that through writing and just expressing myself on paper. And I don't have very good track. My brain doesn't really work auditorily with my mouth, so I like to write so I can be portrayed more literally and get all that I want to say out like slowly and more fluently, and it's just easier to understand me on paper sometimes than it is to understand me orally. My beads! I have been raising money for my college, savings, by selling bracelets. I have always been very crafty, and I like making, I've always made jewelry and things like that, like bracelets and all this stuff. Like most of the things that I wear jewelry wise, except I made this necklace, I made this, I made all these bracelets, I made this ring. I like to, not only do I like to express myself creatively through writing, I like to express myself through crafting and art and all of that stuff, and physical things I can wear every day and show that hey, I made that. So I really just like expressing myself through different art forms, especially if it's physical. I would say the same thing that I do every morning. Just like I said at the beginning, just take everything as it comes and take everything with a positive attitude and outlook, and just focus on what you can achieve and attain now, and just don't overwhelm yourself with the idea of this is also new and it's also different. I know that I don't have much say about it because I am going through that exact same thing right now. I've been an only child for my whole life, and I'm going to fly the coop and leave the nest. So it's very different, and I just would say that you need to focus on each day at a time, and it's gonna be hard to leave your family, and you just have unlike whenever my parents went to college, I have FaceTime. You have FaceTime, figuratively. So you can call them every day if you want. You can bother them all the time.